Hi, I'm Shasta. That's me on the right. And over here, that's my sister. We're about to tackle the biggest running challenge of our lives with the help of my girlfriend. We are going to run 50 miles up and down a mountain. And if that's not crazy enough, this is our competition. This is man against horse.
Yeah, if you want to.
It's very soft. It's almost like snow.
So hail was the last thing I expected on a 50-mile weekend.
Got one.
Morning thoughts?
Bagel good.
Yeah. Well, bananas. Alyssa?
Bagel good.
Surely we're not cold still by then.
Right.
Now I'm ready. Anything else that you did differently that I need to know about?
That's it, I think.
Go Pete!
Yeah!
Woo-hoo!
Opening thoughts about 3 miles in. I can definitely feel the altitude a little bit. Breath is a little short, effort's a little high for this pace. Not too cold. Actually feels good. Colder than I expected, but good. I think I'm about 10.5 miles in. That's kind of how I'm tackling this stretch between CPs 2 and 3. Just some loose rocks in here. Not bad. Just running when I feel the rhythm and walking when I need to keep my heart rate low. It's so beautiful out here. My first downhill for a couple of miles, it feels like. My face is a little frozen. Still making it. I'll catch him. I mean, look at this. Can you believe it? It's a tough climb, but man, this is beautiful. I'm 17 miles into this, and I was just thinking, so far the toughest miles have been at the beginning. These climbs, they're slow, but I feel powerful. It's starting to weigh on me a little bit. You can probably hear it in my voice, a little less chipper than I was a few miles ago. But nice wide section here, and I thought it'd be easy to film on. Up the first big climb, number 2 is still ahead. Just a nice jaunt in the woods so far. Taking a little break, trying to keep my heart rate down. I had at least one mile that was below cutoff pace, but that was part of the big climb. I'm not too worried about it. I think I've built up a nice pad ahead of that, and just hoping that my sister's having a good time out here today. I know that, well, I was nervous going into this, but she was definitely feeling the nerves in the couple of days leading up to this, really in the weeks leading up to it, from what she told me. So I hope she's having a good time out here too. Just left command post 4, checkpoint 4, whatever CP4 is, at 3 hours and 54 minutes. I just hit the 20-mile mark, so I am an average of 1 mile per hour ahead of cutoff pace. So that feels good. So far I've just found my rhythm. I can feel a little fatigue. It's not too bad yet. Just running the downhills and the flats, and generally walking the climbs. And there's been a lot of climbs. The first half, maybe the first 2/3 of this race, just kick your ass with these climbs. But someone commented not too long ago that I'm still smiling. So just trying to make the goat, according to Walter, proud with keeping the smiles going, even if she'd probably be lapping me if that was possible out here. So we're getting higher up. This kind of reminds me of that run I did in Coconino National Forest outside of Flagstaff a couple years ago. Just beautiful pines. I can smell it in the air. Funny story, this is not the blue beanie that I started the run with. I dropped that off in my drop bag at CP3, and right after that I found this just lying on the ground. I thought, oh, I'll just take it to checkpoint 4. That'll be great. Just passed through checkpoint 4. Totally forgot I was wearing it. I was just so excited to call my number out and get a refill of water. Oh well, maybe checkpoint 5. Y'all, I just passed a horse. What the fuck? Good God. Look at that, still on course. Still on course. There goes another couple horses. Everyone's so friendly out here, y'all. I'm at mile 22, currently still climbing. The big climb is still 5 miles ahead of me, but 9 miles from now, I'll be standing on top of the world. And it's not all, but mostly downhill from there. Those riders just commented that I'm still laughing, which still channeling that coordinator energy. I felt great this past 5 or 6 miles. So good. Just vibing. This is a privilege that I earned over the course of putting in all those miles this year. This is not the challenge. This is the reward. That consistency feels good. Literally, like my legs feel great. Well, back to climbing. I just can't believe these views. Most of these trails are on private land. No one gets to hike these except for once a year for man versus horse. It's almost a shame, but it's also a beautiful privilege to be able to run on such pristine trails. It's been pretty runnable. There's a stretch after checkpoint 2 that was a bit too rocky for my liking, but hey, if I wanted nice smooth surfaces, I'd be running a road marathon. Got 'em! No shade, I'm actually running a road marathon in 7 weeks. I probably should be running through here, but my God, those colors. Oh. Look, man, it's not always about competition, racing. You gotta take it all in while you're out here. Good Lord, look at that. Look at that rock face out there. Holy shit. I hope you can see that far past the town. Wow. That's checkpoint 5 back there. Just had my first pickle of the day. There's something of a tradition for me and my sister on these ultras and marathons. I noticed I could feel dried salt on my skin in the miles leading up there. So I took an electrolyte tab a couple miles back. And I figured it was time for a pickle. Anyway, off we go. It's the last big climb of the day right here. Allegedly, I don't know. Oh. Has been such a brutal climb up to the aid station at mile 31. But man, I also never want this run to end. Cacti, bro. It's just beautiful and brutal.
Hey, fancy meeting you here.
Hi.
What's cracking?
Jesus Christ, who put an aid station all the way up here?
I know. It's you know, there's snacks at least. How you doing, baby?
Meh.
Yeah. Behind you.
This is Devin. Hey there. 958.
550.
I do. I see it actually. Keeping the the shoes, not using gloves, keeping the hat, got my headlamp.
Woo-woo! Way to go, Drew!
Had 2 shots of Coke back there. Nothing else in it, unfortunately. I was surprised at aid station 7 by my girlfriend. I almost didn't believe it was her at first. That climb was brutal. I didn't film any of it hardly because I had to have both hands on my poles. That took a lot out of me. I'm gonna get my legs back though. That was the mile 35 marker. Mr. Frodo, this is the farthest from the Shire I have ever gone. Ooh, that was tough. Ooh. A few pings from my left knee. I can still descend, but I cannot climb. I'm at about mile 36. It is the descent. It's a little technical, but I got my mojo back, baby. I got my flow. There's no other place I'd rather be right now. Just gotta maintain these good vibes for another 14 miles. Again, I'm not really counting, but I know where I'm at. Really thinking about my sister. Hope she's battling it out, keeping above the cutoff. Dude, I'm proud of her either way. She came out here, wasn't able to train as much as she wanted to, and I could tell how nervous she's been the days leading up to this, and she still got on that starting line, asked all the right questions, did all the right things, and she's out here attempting it. It's not about whether you finish. It's not about whether you achieve your goals. It's about setting them high and attempting it and going on an adventure. And that's exactly what we're doing today. I'm still cheering for her. I still have faith. I'm sending all the good vibes her way. I just love her either way. So proud of her.
Come on, Alyssa! Woo-woo! Almost there, almost there. Hell yeah. That way up.
That was brutal.
Yep. But you did it.
I did it. Better now that mountain climb is done.
Hell yeah.
Just returned to checkpoint 4. Just had some bants with them. They're a fun group there. One guy asked why I had a headlamp on, which feels really encouraging. I told him I wasn't that optimistic to tempt fate. My legs are cooked on the climbs, which is why I'm walking right now. But oh man, I've been bombing some downhills and it still felt great. Awesome. Just finished the climb up to the lollipop checkpoint. It was a long, cruel climb up a road. Now I'm back downhill on trails, back in my happy place. A little rocky, but traversable. I can keep this pace going for a while. Again, that was mile 38. We're getting there. Still not looking ahead. Still descending the lollipop. And we're back in Pine Forest. Still feel good descending. God, ain't that a blessing. That's most of the way to the finish. This may seem overly sentimental or a little cheesy, but I really have put my body through a lot of not great things through my 20s. So all I'm feeling right now is just the gratitude that's able to carry me this far. It's really given back in a very thankless way. It's just 10 more miles. I saw a race volunteer out on the course, said hi, and he said 10 is just 0.3 miles ahead. And my dumbass at first was like, I'm in 11th place. But no, he just meant like aid station 10. Thankfully, I didn't say that out loud. I still have enough of my faculties to, not make that crazy assumption. So I just passed aid station 10, and I'm on this little loop that will return me to aid station 10. They said I looked really good. I still feel good. It's actually deploying my secret weapon. I trained almost 90% on roads, and while this is packed dirt, it's close enough. This is where I excel. Hyperdrive mode. 41 miles in, and I'm feeling a damn sight better than I should. Nothing but good vibes. Since like, I don't know, mile 13. No, nothing but good vibes since like mile 18. I'm in the zone, even if I can't English. My brain is just off right now. 7 miles left, allegedly. What feels really good is on this whole second half, I've been passing people, and I haven't really gotten past. Just passed 2 more guys back there, so that's good. I'm holding out. My legs are holding out, that is. Hope it's downhill to the finish, because I can still run that. $5.58. Let's go! Woo, 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 woo! Yeah!
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so fucking proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you.
I was rocking 8 and 9 minute miles last time.
Oh my god.
Good job.
That was incredible.
I sprinted
so well.
Wow.
the last 10 miles.
What?
Yeah.
My knee's been hurting like since 28.
Chair, or optionally chair by fire.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared to sit.
Oh, trust me, it's not great.
Good job.
It is.
Within time.
It is 6:20.
Nice.
You finished with 40 minutes to spare.
I was doing 20-minute miles with 2 hours left, and I had like 6 miles.
I was a little worried.
I was too.
I can't believe
Every,
I'm
like,
so stoked.
Steep downhill, and like if I had a rock, this knee would feel like it was going out.
Oh,
so I
man.
was scared to go fast. But then those last 10 miles were like, or 6 miles, I guess, they flattened out pretty good.
Yeah. Man, when it was
Except
all.
once for Dad, because he was like, "Are you okay? It's not updating."
Oh my god.
Oh.
I can't believe I did that.
I am so happy for
was
you.
like,
So proud of you too.
I'm not finishing this with overtime. I want it to count.
Yeah. You're getting a buckle. You're getting a buckle.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I started crying when I saw the finish lights.
Yeah.
It was pretty emotional.
Oh, I cried.
So I thought those were the finish lights.
I know.
But they were
Yeah.
close enough.
I'm glad I went to get you. Would have saved a few seconds off of it.
So what happened to your headlamp?
I didn't want to waste time getting it out.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
I had like 0.6 left whenever it
Yeah.
was really dark. So I was like, I'm not wasting time getting it out.
Yeah, good call.
I thought the girl in front of you was you for a second, and I'm like, hey.
Me too.
And I was like, oh shit, that's not her.
Oh man.
I cheered for her really hard.
48.99.
I know, same.
Save.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Now what?
So they just announced the banquet.
Okay.
They haven't done awards yet.
I hardly slept that night, and I think that went for all of us. Too worked up from the race, too much caffeine, too sore. Once morning came around, we packed our bags. My partner offered to drive my sister and I to the top of Mingus Mountain, where checkpoint 7 had been, and where my sister's and my races had both turned around. We took our belt buckles to the trailhead at the top of the wall. A heavy fog swirled behind us, hiding the expansive view of the valley below. We took a few pictures and returned to the parking lot, where 24 hours before once stood a tent full of volunteers, drop bags, Coke, and yes, pickles. I felt a searing memory of how I'd felt at this part of the race, drained of energy, climbing legs shot, and accepting that this race would never end. Living in a beautiful, harsh, single-minded world, no bigger than 3 steps ahead of me. The whole race day already felt like it had taken place outside of time and space. The memories were too detailed to be a dream, and too big to fit in a day. A place where all my emotions were turned up to 11. I thought back to that feeling I'd had at the end of my first marathon, my 50Ks. Behind my happiness and behind my pride still lurked a feeling of wanting. I was searching for a revelation, something to drag me towards a higher appreciation of life. A clarity of purpose, maybe. As meaningful as those races were, of course they couldn't do that for me. A marathon felt like a longer road race. A 50K felt like a slightly longer marathon in the woods. Man Against Horse feels different. I had to change a little out there to make it through. Or maybe uncover something in me that was there all along. I don't know how long this feeling will last. Hopefully a long time. I think back to who I was in 2019 when I first heard about Man Against Horse. I wondered then who would ever run 50 miles in the desert against a horse. Turns out, it's me and my sister. It was us the entire time.
Okay, not too bad.